Hello everyone, welcome to Marcellus Library's card class. We are kind of doing February and March together since February almost evaporated, and here we are. So we have two cards, and our library is going to get our wonderful renovation, so it won't be open the entire for part of the month of March. So we want to make sure that our March card kits got out early, and our February cards are late, so they're together. We have two wonderful cards. So our Bloom from Within is our February card, and then our Friends Are Like Seashells embossed shiny seashell card is for March. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with our February Bloom from Within. So this is from our Unity kit that is Bloom from Within. It has some nice houseplants featured there. I also did kind of a fun fold on this one, so I hope that this won't be too difficult for anybody to follow. Obviously the sentiment, if you wanted one, would go in there. I left it blank because this is one of those ones that you really can do quite a bit with. So first thing with this Bloom from Within card is you have a piece of designer series paper. So everybody's got a little bit of different paper because I used it all from the same set, and of course you only get two pieces of each. So some of you have a khaki and greenish piece within yours. Some of you have a bubble and blue. Either which way, you want to cut about 1 inch off of that. So it's a 4-inch piece, and you want to make it a 3-inch piece. And I did this because all of you are going to have to cut your base as well. And depending on how you cut your cardstock, depends on how you cut your base. So they have to line up with each other. So we want to make sure that we're cutting 1 inch off of the card base front, as well as 1 inch off of this. And then if it doesn't line up the way that you want it, you probably need to cut like 1.25 inches off of your designer series paper, just so that it sits nicely in there. So 1.25 inches off of your designer series paper and 1 inch off of your card base works out perfectly. And then we have some other pieces here. So you want to make sure that you're coloring your your plants up first. So I'm going to give you a couple options because you know I always do. So it starts out looking like this, which is a really nice stamp. And you can add to it just a little bit of browns. I added some pinks and purples in here. You could obviously add a little more color. It's really your taste and what you like best. So I'm going to take the one that is all colored up here. And you'll notice you have a piece of cardstock here that is scored for you. So the second littler part of the score is the part that you're going to glue in here. And the front part is the part that you're going to put the colored piece of plants on. So let's get our plants glued up here. And I want to try and hurry a little bit so that our video is not too long. But gosh, I miss all of you guys, and I finally got my vaccine. So hopefully once the library is open again, maybe we can find a way to get together, some of us who have our vaccines, or somehow we'll work that all out. So you kind of want to center this. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but you do want to make sure that you're straight and that your underside doesn't go too far in. You want to be pretty close to this edge, and make sure that you're straight, because you're then going to glue your white piece on the inside here. So the next piece is this white piece here, which I seem to have not grabbed another one of. So we're going to pretend that there's a white piece in here, And then we're going to, well, here, we'll just take this one that is already glued together. So we have that. This one's colored up, and then we're going to go ahead and put our designer series paper on the front. And with that, obviously you can pick whichever side you like best. Again, it's still kind of dry and cold in our houses, so make sure you get enough glue on there so that, especially on the corners, it doesn't pop off 2 days later after you've already glued it down and you have to go back and re-glue it. So now you have your designer series paper on the front. You have your white piece that you could add whatever sentiment that you would like to that. And then you have your flop of your houseplants, and that is your finished card. So I hope that you enjoy this cute little flip-flop card for February. And we're going to go ahead and continue on to our next card. That is March. So this one is really fun. This is from the Stampin' Up! Set, Friends Are Like Seashells. And it also uses the deep embossing folder from Stampin' Up! That has all those wonderful seashells on that. So I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on camera, but I did emboss all of these. Actually, you can see it pretty well for you. So you've got a nice shimmery piece of cardstock that is already pre-embossed for you. And you've got your card base. So you're going to take your crumb cake piece of cardstock and go ahead and glue that down on the front. And then we'll begin to embellish this. So honestly, it looks fabulous if you don't do any coloring to it. If you were to just put the embossed piece on here and then add the happy birthday sentiment to this. Now this can go up here, or this could go very nicely inside. I do, as I always do, want to give you a couple options. So here I played with some ink. This one is just our favorite desert sand ink, and I took our brush, it's the makeup brushes that I've talked about quite a few times, and just brushed the ink right on there. I did also do one that was in colors. You'll see quite a few colors on Pinterest, so I used some pastels here with Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, and Mint Macaron. That one is a little bolder, and depending on how precise you are with your colors, you obviously could come in here with some colored pencil, or maybe a brush with some watercolors as well. Really up to you. This is really pretty whether you're going to do it white, and now you can see the khaki color that's on there a little bit more when it's right next to the white, or more color of ink. Really up to you how much you like it. I'm going to grab the khaki colored one because that one's my favorite and put that together here. And I'm going to choose to put the happy birthday on the front. And then in addition to this, you could always use your bump up tape or your dimensionals. So this is like this. You can always add a little bit of the ink there. I put a little bit of pink on the shell, and you want to glue these two together. And I think I am going to put a little bit of dimensionals on there just to pull it up off of here, as well as you could always add some twine, whether you wanted to put that underneath your sentiment or whether you wanted to make a long bow on the side there. I think I'd want to do just something that looks a little more nautical, if you will, and just have some strings here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of my dimensionals and put these on the back here. and then we'll get everything put together here. So I'm so excited to be able to, hopefully at some time soon, be able to meet with all of you again and see our new library's renovation. I'm so excited about the new conference room that they're going to have upstairs. I think it's going to help a lot with the noise upstairs, as well as give us an extra room to meet in so that more of us can enjoy the library and use its wonderful facilities. And so we've got all of this here, and I'm just going to stick, I want to make sure I'm going the right way here, the twine kind of under there so that it's coming out. I almost want it to look a little bit like a jellyfish. So it's got a little bit of tentacles or something like that. I just think that's kind of very sea-like. And I'm going to set that right there. Makes it kind of a little more masculine. And you can fuss with your tails however you wanted to. But there is your March card. And of course, you could have put your happy birthday inside. You could have put any other sentiment that you'd like inside. That looks just as nice inside the card as it does on the outside of the card. I did use the happy birthday from Unity's Gotta Love Sentiments. This one is kind of cool because it has so many of the sentiments from everyday ones, like the happy birthday, hello, happy for you, just a note, to the holiday ones as well. So it's kind of nice that this one says get well soon. Those are kind of hard to come by. Well, I so miss all of you and don't want this to get too long, so I hope that all of you are staying safe and that I can get to see you all soon. Here are your 2 cards from February and March. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you soon.